Just a quick video on how to take care of your Dubhtale Woodcraft end grain or long grain cutting board with the oil and wax mix that I've made up. Essentially I've got a little bit left over here, which is well hidden inside. Comes essentially just as a kind of a waxy paste, which you can heat up if you want to, but because it's always it's not fully solid, you can actually use it like that. I'm only wearing gloves just because this is only just sanded and not actually done yet. You don't have to wear gloves, it's completely safe, like it's food safe, and you just wash your hands after. It's literally just beeswax and linseed oil, so it's not going to harm you anyway, but as I said, this is just done, so just doing it like this. There's two ways you can do it. You can, if you're wearing gloves or not, just get a bit out. You don't need that much to cover an entire board, and rub it in that way, and it kind of mushes in. If it's an end grain board, it's going to soak up an awful lot more than it would if it was a long grain one. So you may want to put a second coat on it, although because the state in which you've most likely bought one off me, they will have been finished before, so this is just kind of a top up, if you will, every couple of months, maybe every 2 to 3 months after you have used it and stuff. So essentially you can just rub it in like that, or if you wanted as well, you could just get a bit of paper towel and really push it into the grain, which is just as easy as that. So once it's covered, then you see a little bit goes an awful long way, because the paper or your glove stays kind of waxy anyway, so you can just keep buffing it into it. Not a very hard task at all, not overly time consuming either. You can tend to get an entire board done in probably like 5-10 minutes. So if you have any left on your gloves, which you probably will, that's also completely usable. There's no need to go dipping back into the pot just yet, because you will find more on. See, there's little clumps that kind of stick around, and you can smush them and push them further into it, and then your board, when you've got it, should look something like that. Obviously I've not really taken care of this one because it's only a sample piece, but trouble with me as well, great times. That's how you will get it. So the easiest thing to do is, if you're washing it at all, never submerge it in water, just a very, very, very slightly damp, warm towel or cloth or sponge or something like that with a bit of soapy water. Just rub it down, and then maybe every once in a while, if you see that the finish is getting a bit dull or something like that, put more wax onto it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I come with the 100ml pots. The price is yet to be determined on them, because I have to figure out what you pay for the tins, yada yada, and all that kind of good stuff. But yeah, you know yourself. So that's essentially it. You buff it all in. You wait about 15 minutes, see what happens. If it's still a bit tacky, then just come in with a clean bit of tissue and just wipe off all the excess. Leave it another little while. Normally it takes a while for it to actually completely cure, but because it's only a top up really, and you're not using too much of it, like I use what, maybe the size of a finger there. About that much is all I actually used. So you don't actually need much, and 100ml will probably last you a year or two, who knows. I have to do tests on that, I suppose, over the next few years to figure it out. Yeah, that's it. Literally take a little bit, buff it in. If it's end grain, it's probably going to take a tiny bit more. Just wait a couple, about 10-15 minutes to see if it's got an awful lot of excess kind of wax on the top, and then just rub it all down. Obviously let it dry if you've washed it. So if you have used a damp sponge on it or anything like that, let it dry naturally. And then same thing, other side, and then you're done. Obviously if you kind of move that around, you'll see a bit come off on the thing, because I haven't waited the 15 minutes, but give or take 15 minutes, something like that, or else just kind of maybe do it after you clean it, and then the next time you're going to use it, give it a quick run down with a cloth as well, dry one with nothing on it, and that'll get rid of any kind of excess. But it's completely food safe anyway, because it's, as I said, it's just beeswax and raw linseed oil, which is fine. And they're the only two things that are in it. There you go. One thing you do want to know, and I actually completely forgot to say it, and that's why I came back, is that when you have your rags or whatever, throw them in the fireplace, or completely soak them in water and then put them in the bin, because linseed oil has a tendency to spontaneously combust. That may be very vital information. So yeah, the easiest thing, fireplace, because at least you know they've already burnt. So yeah, anything that has touched linseed oil, gloves probably not so much, but who knows. If it has a tendency to spontaneously combust, maybe preempt that combustion and deal with them properly.